evening, everybody. This is Reverend. Once again, we're back. This is like the fourth video of the night. And considering the things that we covered with the Gawker on the first one, there's one thing that we wanted to go ahead and touch on that we weren't able to go ahead and actually cram into our venting on the subject. But the whole thing with Gawker that they went ahead and put out is that they wanted to go ahead and say that it was all what they had published was all predicated on the First Amendment, free speech. Okay, and the funny thing about free speech is that it's one of those things where, as far as most civilized Western countries, free speech is something that's readily available to its citizenry, no matter what country you happen to be in. And it's very intriguing to know that our neighbors to the north, in Canada, are actually in the midst of going over litigation and the way that they write laws right now. In fact, let me go ahead and share you a particular article from the Huffington Post, Politics in Canada. Let's see here. Let me share the screen out. Okay. So, what happened earlier this week, on March 21st, 2016, there was an anti-bullying bylaw that was up for a vote in Canada, in Saskatoon. On the 21st, it was brought back for review because instead of just going ahead and pushing it through and getting signatures on it without fucking reading it, okay, sounds really familiar to litigation here now. All right. The lawmakers there went ahead, they were reading the bylaws, and they were like, wait a minute here. What we're passing is gonna severely restrict free speech. Okay. So what we're really talking about is that the litigation was basically saying that the bylaw would make bullying or aiding and abetting in bullying illegal in any place that the public has access to, including schools, buses, sports, fields, and privately owned restaurants. The first offense can result in a fine up to $300 and subsequent offenses and fines up to $2,500. Here's the thing. They would be applicable to anybody 12 years old and above, all right? So if you're in a public place with your kid who's yet to turn into a teenager, all right, and they're mean to another kid, that kid can be fined. You can be fined for that, okay? It continues on to say the devil is in the details. The bylaws define bullying as unprovoked, repeated, and inappropriate comment or conduct that results in harm, fear, or physical or psychological distress to another person, all right? This bylaw then lists 3 categories of behavior that are illegal if done intentionally or recklessly to cause harm to another. The first category prohibits speech like name-calling, insulting, and mocking. The second bans physical acts like kicking, pushing, and pinching. And the last category disallows social behaviors like shunning, excluding, and gossiping. Okay. Yeah. Gray Mouse, thoughts?
Where do I fucking begin? I mean,
the beginning, if you can.
You're infringing on freedom of speech. So, you know, I don't even know where to fucking begin, because I just get pissed off at this shit. They've gone too far. The social justice warriors have gone too fucking far, to a point to where you have to worry about what you say. Now, one thing that a lot of people don't realize, and I've said it in previous videos, is that, yeah, I could go out into a place and yell derogatory racial slurs at people, right? And if I don't expect any consequences of that, then, you know, I guess what I'm trying to say is that the privilege of having free speech, you also have to take into consideration about the consequences of that free speech. But you still should have the right to say what the fuck you want to say, when you want to say it, and how you want to say it. And when feelings start to get into, man, go ahead, Theme. I'm just so.
Are you sure?
Just go. I'm so pissed off, man. I can't even speak.
Okay.
I mean.
All right. Look. The main objections that I have with this are as follows. Number one, you're saying at any public space. This includes sporting events. Let's cover that. You're at a sporting event. Even a simple boo would get you in trouble at this point. Even something as you suck would get you in trouble at this point.
Well, wasn't Canada the same place that somebody stayed in jail for or was sent to jail for 3 years because they disagreed with a feminist online?
Yes. Now, just for disagreeing.
For having a different opinion.
Okay, this is another problem that I have with all of this. Even if someone says to you something that is the truth or facts, it can still hurt your fucking feelings. And if they do it repeatedly over and over again, and it will not get into your feeble mind that this is the truth, this is the facts, this is the way shit is. This is not going to change. This is the way it is with this subject. It can still hurt someone's feelings, and they have a right. This would propose them to have a right for motherfuckers to go after the ones that spitting truth and have them to be fined and perhaps be escalated to do jail time. This is fucking ridiculous. And the thing about it is, look, losing Bill's character, being made fun of to a point Bill's character, but why can't you be an individual that can be an individual? Why can't you be the person that can rise above words? Why can't you be the one that has enough courage to be your fucking self? Why can't you be the fucking person that can actually just have enough merits and have enough integrity and block all the other shit out? Why can't you be the fucking person to be like, hey, whatever you calling me, I'm not that, you fucking lose. Why can't you be that fucking person? That's like the N-word. I hate it when black motherfuckers make excuses about the motherfucking N-word whenever it is fucking said, hurting their fucking feelings every fucking time, claiming they're oppressed, claiming they're being held fucking back, claiming and blaming everything for their fucking lack of fucking skills, their lack of merits, their lack of integrities, their fucking shortcomings. You're an N-word or you're... I'm not one of those. You lose. We're fucking done.
It ends like that. Yeah, it ends.
We're fucking done. No matter what you say to me, I know the fucking truth about myself.
Yeah.
I know what I am. I know what I'm not. Whatever the fuck you say to me, it's not fucking true if it's not fucking true. So fuck you. You fucking lose. You don't have the fucking balls to do that. You don't have the fucking courage to do that. You don't have the fucking self-esteem. It's called self-esteem for a fucking reason. If you're letting the whole world hurt you, if you're letting everybody say something and that's going to hurt you, if you let that shape your life, then fuck you. You're not meant to be a leader. You're not meant to be number one. You're not meant to be reaching up for the fucking top because you can't handle it once you fucking get there. You're going to get there. And next thing you know, look at what the whole world is saying about the primary candidates of the fucking election. People say shit about Trump, people say shit about Hillary, people say shit about Cruz, people say shit about Sanders. I think Sanders is a fucking cuck ever since he cucked for Hillary at that fucking debate when he protected her from the questions about the fucking emails. He fucking cucked, but that's another fucking story. What I'm saying is I'm sick of motherfuckers just making excuses about fucking words that should not be fucking hurting them in the first place. I'm sick of motherfuckers blaming their shortcomings on everything else. I'm sick of motherfuckers just saying, oh my God, yeah, I'm triggered about what you said. Then present me the fucking facts that proves me fucking wrong about what I fucking said. It's that motherfucking simple. And if you can't fucking do it, you won't fucking try to do it, you won't fucking debate me, you won't fucking come up with the facts. So fuck you, whatever you have to say is null and fucking void at this point because you have no fucking common sense, no logic, no integrity, nothing that you can present to me will matter at that point. No matter what you say to me as far as it being negative, no, I'm not that. Fuck you. You lose. I'm at the top. You're sucking. You're sucking. See, the thing about it is I hate bullshit about motherfuckers having feelings over facts. This has got to fucking stop. It's got to fucking stop. It's got to fucking come to an end. Because the thing about it is, it will come back to you. You will most likely have to deal with that shit if you challenge somebody else with something and they say that you're hurting their feelings. It will come back. You can't have something like this running the fucking around. You can't have this as law. Like I said before, it's called self-esteem for a reason. If you're letting words hurt you, if you're letting words control you, then fuck you. You're not supposed to be at the top. You're not supposed to be you're not supposed to be a leader. You're not supposed to be at a fucking position in command, because you're never, ever going to be fit for that shit. You're just not. Fuck that. Fuck words hurting you. Fuck all that shit. It just pisses me off. Because, again, this is all about making excuses for someone's shortcomings. That's what this is. It's not anything as far, look, again, with the oppression shit, no, you're not fucking oppressed. You are born in a Western world where you have a lot more freedoms than people in third world countries. There's no oppression here. There's no one holding you back. Everything is up to you as far as hard work, merits, and integrity. And if you don't let fucking words hurt you, don't let fucking shit stand in your way. Fuck making laws for fucking words. Words are not fucking violence. I'm sick of that I'm sick of that fucking excuse. Words are as much as physical violence. No, it's fucking not. And if you're triggered about anything that I just said, leave your fucking comments below. Don't be a pussy. Don't downvote and run. Challenge me. Come on. Don't be a fucking bitch.
The problem that we have with trying to sit there and legislate things like this is that there are certain points of the bill that they were trying to push through in Saskatoon that was pretty uncontroversial. It was pretty concrete. All right, like the whole thing about going out of your way and physically harassing somebody. You know, pushing, touching.
That's exactly what I was going to say. I was going to say that.
Hold on, because okay, there were certain things that were uncontroversial. All right, but even the folks up there in Canada were able to sit there and say, hey, look, what about this whole thing about, you know, causing somebody to be afraid or whatnot, or inflicting fear on somebody? They're like, it's an emotion. It's subjective. Is everybody going to act that way? Okay. Not only that, but there's a whole thing where they're like, okay, if it's, especially when they're classifying it as random or reckless actions or speaking. When you're dealing with those types of things, they're creating an environment where, unfortunately, they're going to go ahead and put this, if they were to put this law into effect, that many of the times it's completely unenforceable. Let's go back to the point again where we have the sports event. All right, you're telling me you're going to go ahead and fine half of the whole fucking arena because they're yelling at the fucking players. You suck. Go home. All right, they're going to half the fucking arena. All right, or they're going to sit there and
have a wrestling event there.
Yeah, you know that's not going to fucking happen. All right,
hockey.
Yeah, or
hockey arena.
Nope.
Okay. But the problem with this altogether, all right, this is one of those things where, this is one of those examples where you're like, hey, look, the path to hell is laden full of good intentions, all right? Everything written about this fucking bill, okay, has the best intention. The best intention. I only have the best intentions. I only intended to do the best thing for the people that are being affected by this in mind, okay? But the truth of the matter is that it promotes
bullshit.
It promotes thought policing, all right, which is worse than bullshit. That is fucking evil. Okay?
Exactly. Yeah.
All right. That is not just bullshit. Because here's the thing, all right. If I'm dealing with bullshit, okay, if it's bullshit that I could see, I can go ahead and I can make up the mind to step around it. All right. But if you're gonna go ahead and make it into a law, that means I've got to step in it. Okay. Are you gonna clean off my boots?
No. Yeah, exactly.
All right. This is the thing, all right?
I didn't hold back. I couldn't hold back from that.
This is the thing, all right? You're gonna sit there and you're gonna tell me that you're gonna put together a law with the thoughts of protecting everybody, all right? And in exchange, you're gonna go ahead and shackle everybody's freedom, all right? In exchange for all of that, okay? Are you fucking kidding me? Are you dealing with kids here? Look, I understand giving a kid fucking timeout. I understand grounding them, all right? But you're dealing with fucking adults. Okay?
Adults.
And now you're gonna sit there and you're saying that, you know, this is gonna be applicable to people 12 and above. You're gonna actually fucking tell me that you're gonna sit there and say, oh yeah, hey, look, little Johnny was mean to little Susie in the playground. Now we're gonna find his parents.
Fine him $1,000,
$250, and then
yeah.
If it keeps on going up, we'll fine you up to $2,500. Really? All right. Look, I understand if you want to sit there and call attention to a little fucking prick asshole kid. All right, because kids will be little pricks. They will be little assholes.
They will be, and it doesn't matter what race and what gender.
Yeah, and I understand going ahead and calling that attention, all right, to parents, all right, and saying, hey, look, your kid's a little fucking prick. Okay, I don't care if you think they're a fucking.
That needs to be said much more than anything else.
You know, I don't care if you think they're a little fucking angel when they're around you, but this kid's a little fucking prick. Mm-hmm. All right, he bullies everybody else around. He fucking picks on little kids and everything else. All right, look, if you don't set him straight, then we're gonna have to do something about it. All right, I don't see what's wrong with that. Okay, I don't see what's wrong with adults telling other adults, hey, look, you're being a fucking prick. All right, maybe you should just fucking back off. All right, but hey, maybe my perspective is a little bit askew. All right, I mean, let's be honest. I'm the only person that I know that's gotten away with putting their associate manager in a fucking chokehold at work. All right. No, I'm not kidding. Okay, and look, the thing about it is that adults should understand, all right, that yeah, like Gray Mouse had mentioned before, if you go out in the world and you start spitting vile and invective to people randomly, expect that there be some sort of repercussions from that. Mm-hmm. Okay, look, here's the thing, all right. Freedoms are there for a reason, okay? Freedoms in a free society, okay? Ideally, people would exercise their freedoms and they would leave each other alone, okay? People would be left to their own devices. I'm not talking about fucking anarchy. I mean, people would just keep them to themselves and they would leave other people alone, all right? But we are humans and we are, you know, prone to flaws or whatnot. So when you give people freedom to go ahead and do things, unfortunately, you can't expect them to do things correctly or right all the time. Okay.
I wonder if the hyena is ever going to become the king of the jungle just because their feelings are hurt by the lion.
Oh, never. All right, but as human beings, I guess a sign of a civilized world is that civilization and society is supposed to exist away from, you know, above and beyond just the laws of nature. Well, all right. The thing about litigation like this is that it, like I said, it promotes thought policing. Okay, the only way that you're going to sit there and you're going to change the way that people think, all right, is, or the way that people talk is change the way that they think. All right, there's a reason why when our founding fathers of of this country went ahead and they put freedom of speech first. All right, it was part of the First Amendment.
First,
okay, because here's the thing: in totalitarian governments, all right, in dictatorships and everything else, that does not fucking exist. All right, you know why? Because you get enough people saying shit, they'll start thinking that way. Okay, and enough people say something, they start acting that way too. Okay, there's a reason why. Look, you know, there's a reason why when we used to live in the Dark Ages, when kings lived in huge castles, they kept peasants fucking uneducated. All right, they weren't able to read or write, or they when they sat there, they had things proclamations put up. They had the royal crier go ahead and do it. All right, it wasn't because, oh, Christianity went ahead and kept everybody dumb. No, it was a power play. Okay, it's fucking politics. Okay, the only people that were educated were the people who were rich, and the people who were ruling. All right. Now, if you want to sit there and you want to go ahead and boil that down, trickle that down to modern day, all right, when you sit there and you come to the point where you're like, hey, the only fucking people who can say anything, that they really want to fucking say are the people who are fucking rich or in charge. Fuck you, okay? Fuck you, all right? No, that doesn't fucking work.
No. See, one of the main problems I have with all this. Wait. Gray Mouse, did you want to add on to it?
Well, I lost my thought after Reverend. But my main concern is that, you know, the freedom of speech, you know, you don't want to be in a place like North Korea where freedom of speech, you'll get sent to a concentration camp somewhere.
That will get you and your family killed if you say the wrong thing in Korea.
Huh?
It will get you and your family killed if you say the wrong thing in North Korea.
One thing that really ticks me off is that today's parents, you know, are not teaching their kids, or maybe they're afraid to teach their kids that that you need to be, you know, I don't understand. God,
you can't even get.
No, it's just that, you know, that whole saying that be a man, you know, oh, you get your knees scratched, be a man, participation, trophies, everybody gets a trophy. You know, that's what kind of world we live in now. And it's just spilling over to other things.
See, that's the thing about it. You have adults acting worse than kids now.
Yeah.
Or being treated like children and acting worse than children, acting like spoiled brats, like, no, I have to get my way. And what I don't understand about these laws that they try to put in place is that they try so desperately.
They try desperately to sound good. All right?
Yes.
If you look at the fucking details, there's nothing there. Or with this, it's a shit show.
Right. I mean, don't get me wrong. No kid should be getting beat up on the playground.
Yeah.
I understand that. And you know, I mean, it's just that when this law, when you really look at the verbatim for the law, it just leaves too much to interpret. You know, it should be just cut and dry. You know, actually, the law shouldn't pass at all. It shouldn't even exist.
Not this. No.
It shouldn't even exist.
Because it will be totally one-sided. Let's think about this. Let's say you got big kids on the playground and they're playing basketball and the little kid wants to play. And okay, the little kid does play. But what if the little kid doesn't oblige by any of the rules? Or let's say if the little kid tries to get a shot off and he gets blocked and, you know, he's not drilling, he's double dribbling and he's running out of bounds and not.
We just don't know the rules.
Right. And these are the rules of the game. And everyone else wants to play the rules of the game, but this kid does not. If I play, okay, look, me and Gray Mouse, we play chess. We used to beat each other's ass in the Navy all the fucking time. If we make the wrong fucking move, then we're not playing chess anymore. If I were to get my feelings hurt, no, I wanted to move like this. the knight is supposed to go straight. Fuck that L-shaped shit. We're not playing the same fucking game. And my argument has it's not valid. Because it's not the way the game is meant to be played.
Or the fact that I take your queen or you take mine. I never once heard you say, "Oh, I'm gonna quit," because you took my queen.
Lay my king down, fuck you.
No. And that could be that analogy could be, in life as well. People are gonna motherfucker take your queen.
Hey.
They're gonna take your knights.
Hey.
They're gonna take your bishops. It's gonna happen.
Look, I mean, so many people want to be handed the perfect situation of nothing bad is ever going to be said or done to them. And
life doesn't fucking happen that
no. No.
See, again, god damn it, see, I'm getting fired up again. This damn college shit. These safe places. I mean, when Christine was going to a college, they put up signs. Just the very presence of this woman triggered these fucking feminists, and they had to go to a goddamn safe room because.
You're talking about when Christina Hoff Sommers went to the colleges, and
yes, that's what I'm talking about. They put signs up. They were offended just by her presence. Just by her presence.
See, the thing about it is, these spoiled people don't want their narratives and their ideologies challenged, period.
Yeah.
And
that goes to that law.
That's one of the main problems. If you make laws like that an ideology or a single bullshit narrative can't be challenged, facts can't even be presented, a debate can't happen, or rules can't even be fucking followed. Or it's like, look, if I'm playing against another team, yes, I will do each and everything that in my power physically and to damage them mentally in order for me to be victorious. Yes, I'm there to have fun, but I'm there to win.
But you're not bending the rules.
No,
you're using the same rules under the same
people say, well, you have to play fair. I am playing fair. I'm just playing better than you are. You're affected mentally, and you shouldn't be. Yeah. You should be in tune mentally, so you wouldn't be affected mentally.
That goes in video games too. What about Street Fighter? You walk up there and you beat a guy just by throwing them.
Hey,
you know what I mean?
You saw me do that.
I've done it before too.
All you doing is destroying me. Do something else, and I'm like, make me. Why should I waste my skill on you? So what are you going to do then? I'm telling. Is this going to go to Xbox Live? Is this going to go to PSN? Is it going to go to is this going to go to gaming? You disagree with some motherfucker, or you beat them down too hard and they can report you then? They can ban you then?
Or actually, I'm thinking the silly thing about this is that, like I said, it's one of those things where they're creating situations that aren't enforceable. Either it's just completely unrealistic to go out of their way to enforce it, because guess what? The way that they've worded their own litigation or their own laws, it's way too confusing and vague.
Well, another thing too,
or they create a situation where it's like they have to sit there and police everybody. All of a sudden, they've got 10 times as many fucking enforcers just concentrating on this one thing. Look, all of the Saskatoon fucking provincial law enforcement can waste their whole fucking time enforcing the way that this law is fucking worded.
Yep.
Just being online and watching people interact.
Mm-hmm.
Well, one thing about the law too is that it was written that it doesn't have to necessarily be enforced either. The way I read it, it's like you could choose to enforce it or not. I mean, what kind of law?
You know what that means, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
If a woman does it to a man, you don't have to enforce it. That's exactly what that means. If a man does it to a woman, guess what? He's going to be.
We're going to enforce it now.
And he's going to be fined and or go to jail. The funniest thing about this is that women do it to women way more than guys do it to guys.
Yep.
There are so many. Look,
I mean, I hope that law, I really do. I hope that law never sees the light of day.
It's funny because a lot of people that live in Canada was like, look, no, if that type of shit passes, I'm moving out of this town. And if it spreads throughout Canada, I'm done. I can't have a fucking opinion. I can't even fucking, again, facts can hurt people's feelings.
You know, here's the thing.
Well,
And hurting people's feelings is considered bullying.
See, facts hurting people's feelings. You know what? I'm sorry. Everybody needs their feelings hurt. Everybody needs to be knocked down a couple notches.
Everyone needs to be set straight.
That's what I'm saying. Everybody needs to be knocked off their high horses, and because it makes you, what it does, it makes you self-reflect. Like, damn, what am I doing wrong?
Okay, look, I'm going to make this, okay, for anyone that may be watching this, I'm going to make this clear. No violence. Not beating ass. We're not talking about he beat my ass and there's nothing. No, we're not promoting anything that's violent. But speech is not fucking violence.
Mm-hmm.
It is not fucking violence. It's called self-esteem for a reason. If you let words hurt you, look, you're letting facts and words hurt you. Damn, that's saying something about you. If you're losing at a game and it's hurting your feelings so bad that you don't want to play with anyone anymore, instead of just going and training and getting better and coming back and beating the ass of the people that beat you.
Well, you know, that brings up another situation, like that one basketball team that, I mean, literally beat their fuck. I mean, it was like,
wasn't it a
0? Huh?
Wasn't it women's teams that did that?
Yeah. It's like 60
by 100 points.
Yeah. They got 0 points, and then the coach got fired because of that, because he should have known to stop it. Like, look, they weren't good enough to score.
Other team should have known to score.
Huh?
That other team should have known to score.
Look, I mean, we can cite incidences, but really all we're doing is we're repeating the same thing over and over.
Yes, we are. Yeah.
Absolutely.
Look, there are fundamental problems with this type of action, all right? And when I talk about fundamental, I mean so fucking glaringly obvious that the people who wrote this shit up, when they were bringing it up to vote, they were like, wait a minute, we need to bring this back, okay?
It's funny because this shit sounds familiar to Anita Sarkeesian and Zoe Kuhn going to the UN.
Yeah, well, the thing is that those two charlatans can go ahead and try to pull the wool over people's eyes as much as they can. All right.
I'm going to say this: if Hillary gets into office, they will.
No, facts are out there. Okay.
But facts are not relevant at this point to a lot of people.
You know,
that's the problem.
The one thing that we have to be mindful of, all right, is that when this sort of thing is put in front of people, no matter how good it sounds, all right, the moment you're going out of your way saying, hey, look, we are going to put in place and execute litigation or law or some sort of legal precedent, all right, that is going to make everybody feel good, but it's going to lessen everybody's fucking freedom in the process. You've got to sit there and think to yourself, is this fucking worth it? All right? Because here's the thing, okay? And the precedents that are set today are going to influence and affect, the generations of tomorrow, okay? You know, when you sit there for the mark of any successful society is that they're able to sit there and leave things for their descendants, all right? They're not only able to establish themselves and thrive, but when they get to the point where they're like, okay, we're going to be able to leave stuff for our kids that are following us, that's really good mark of a successful society, all right? If what you're leaving your kids is less and less and less of what you actually had, that was available to you,
or inherited,
or you know, to enjoy and practice, there's something fucking wrong here, okay? There's something fundamentally wrong, all right? I don't look. Here's the thing:
Well, they like to bring up the social construct. You know that's what's the whole issue. You know, I hate saying that word.
Here's the thing. All right, the thing about a lot of the folks who go on about that shit have never even left their home fucking state for longer than a month. Okay, look, I am a firm believer that if you're taking part of higher education, you should be transferring out, going out to other countries. Go to a third world country.
Please go to a third world country and see what they have, or see what they lack.
Yeah.
See what they go through on a day-to-day basis.
Oh, talk about a wake-up call. And this is what pisses me off about all these feminists that say that they're oppressed, all these black people that say they're oppressed. And I'm like, wait the fuck, the minute you won a sperm lottery to a certain extent by being here.
Well, you know, I've seen with my own eyes that people are throwing coins into a river, and you got these little kids diving into there trying to get pesos.
That was crazy. That happened when we were in Thailand. That happened when we were in the Philippines. You had people throwing coins in the water, and kids were diving in the water. Not shallow water. This is in the middle of the fucking ocean. While we were
there is no plumbing in the Philippines.
Say it.
Disgusting. You see shit floating in the water, and they're diving into it. So who's motherfucking privileged?
Look.
You have flushing water. When you go into the bathroom, you take a shit.
Running water.
Flush the toilet.
Running water.
Running water. Clean running water.
You can take a shower with soap. Most motherfuckers cannot.
So don't even say about that white privilege bullshit. Oh my God.
Wait a minute. Again, so you're gonna try to punish white people because they won a sperm lottery, or they were born a certain way and then they worked their way up, and you chose not to, and you're gonna blame them.
Well, you know what that's called? It's called racism.
Yes, it is.
Yeah.
Right. And I hate it when people say you can't be racist against white people.
Yeah, because
yes, you can.
they sit there, they adhere to the fact that they say that the racism is discrimination plus the exercise of power over other people. I'm sorry. What?
Oh, fuck you.
What did you just say? Excuse me?
In any case, we could probably go on all night.
Oh, yeah, but we're not going to.
We're not going to.
This time.
We said our piece.
Separate. We're going to have to probably talk about this at another time because there's too many subjects that involve this, and we have to tackle this shit. If any of you that may be watching this, and maybe any of you have gotten through this, that has any fucking thing to say, that has anything to add on, or if you want to challenge, it's down there. There's a fucking comment section below. You can
go turn our ratings off,
but don't downvote and run because that will prove that you're a fucking pussy.
With that,
this is Gray Mouse 1.
This is the theme.
This is the Reverend.
Credits.